Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing wonderful. I'm a little tired. Just landed in Singapore about 12 hours ago. Here on a mission of mercy. This is a follow-up video to the saga of the lion-thieving motherfucking CEO of MXC Exchange. Flew Singapore Airlines. Nice flight, lots of legroom, surprised me. It wasn't that crowded on the plane also, so that was nice, and quite frankly, I was kind of happy. I was kind of happy about that, but it did seem to take forever. I was actually really surprised on how beautiful the city is, really beautiful. And I'm going to do some sightseeing as soon as I complete my mission here in Singapore. Really beautiful little place. It really is. It really is. I'm really excited to be able to do some sightseeing tomorrow. And checked into my hotel here at the Hotel Carlton. Really nice hotel. Really nice hotel, and the view is unbelievable, but I'll put some sightseeing pictures up tomorrow. When I woke up from my nap, I had received some private messages, and so I took a look to see what was going on. And so I guess it didn't take too long for what we thought was going on to rear its ugly head and show us that was exactly what was going on. And for those of you that are new to crypto, the whole blockchain idea is with the decentralized open book that is blockchain, where everything is visible. That's one thing that's really, really great about it. And of course, it wasn't hard to find the exchange's wallet. Now, I know that a lot of you guys that were affected by this were holding out, hoping for good news, but lion thieving motherfucker has shown his true colors and kind of what we thought was going to happen. Couple of different things here. Let's just look in here real quick. All those XORs that they said that they couldn't transfer from the exchange, guess what? They could. And they're selling them in smaller batches, and they're taking the Ethereum. Exactly what we thought was going to happen. Here's 15 of them. Here's 40 of them. And they're doing, like I said, they're doing it in small transactions, so not to get busted, but also probably to avoid a little bit of slippage since they're doing these on Uniswap anyway. And there's a whole bunch of these, whole bunch of them. And these are your XOR that they stole, but we know a little bit more of the story now. One of our Telegram members had sent an email or a message to the XOR Foundation. Got a response back. Basically, here's what we know now that we didn't know when we did the first one. The project never even asked the exchange if they could list. They did it without their permission. Obviously didn't charge them a listing fee because they had other plans from Jump Street. And again, I'm so sorry for what you guys are going through. But there is something I want to show you here in a little bit that maybe will help you against this guy. But again, I kind of hesitate to share it openly, but screw lion thieving motherfucker. So this was planned from Jump Street, and that sucks. Yeah, you can see all those. You can see all these transactions, and I don't mean for this to be a death of 1,000 cuts here, guys. But yeah, if there's any question on whether or not you were going to get your XOR back, here they are. Here they are, just selling them all. 15, 20 at a pop. Here's 10. And if you were, and I'll put these links, and you guys probably already have them, but that's what all of these are. It just keeps getting worse and worse. So again, I don't want this to be a death of 1,000 cuts for you guys, and I don't think that I'm telling you something that you don't already know. One thing I did notice, and I can't find which exchange it was, but there is. But you guys have these same links, or I'll put them down here and you guys can backtrack them. But there was a deposit into that Who exchange. There was a deposit into this exchange. Maybe one of you guys, if that deposit is still there and they haven't moved those funds off, Go find that deposit, go find that account, and perhaps the project would reach out to this exchange for you. Maybe there's a way to freeze that wallet. Other than that, guys, there's not much that anybody can do for you at this particular moment. It's almost like a couple of years ago when Roblox got hacked and they're just sitting helplessly on the sidelines watching the whole thing go on. And I'm so sorry for you guys, but I am here in Singapore and I am on a mission.
We're on a mission from God.
And after I took my nap, I went down to the well, actually, I didn't start off at Interpol. I started off at the Commercial Crimes Department. Filed a report there. They really wouldn't do much for me because I was not a victim in this crime. But they did give me a business card for a contact here at the Interpol office here in Singapore. So I went down there. I gave them printouts of all those transactions and showed them where you were getting milked. And the good thing is they do handle cyber crimes. So more of you may want to even talk to these folks here because we are talking about people in other countries. And so since we've crossed certain boundaries, you may need to get more than just the local Singapore police involved. At least that's what they told me. So I kind of hung out, went down to a wet market, started asking around. Nobody knew much about you, but I did run into a kid that knew who your wife was. It's amazing what a little $50 tip, the information that can get you. So I went down to the wet market where lying thieving motherfucker's wife gets her groceries. And I just kind of hung out. Now, the really cool thing is that I had this shirt made before I left. And since I knew which wet market she did her daily shopping in, I just went and hung out. So I just kind of hung out saying hi to everybody that walked by. Everybody saw my shirt, they waved. And then a young lady walked up to me. I couldn't understand what she was saying at first. I guess she thought that I spoke, how's it pronounced, Tamil? I don't. But she saw the shirt and she told me that her husband was the CEO of that company, and it matched the picture that the kid gave me that I tipped the $50 to. So I knew I had the right person. Now, it's not that she was really, really pretty. She wasn't really, really ugly. She was kind of cute. She had a nice body. But I probably wouldn't have talked to her as much because she's kind of in that not really my type category. But she did have a pretty little banging body. So we ended up talking for a little bit. A couple hours later, as she's getting dressed,
I fucked your wife, hey, your wife, oh, your wife, hey, your wife.
Actually, a really sweet little thing. But as she's getting dressed, she starts to cry, and I thought, now she's having some guilt on having stepped out on her husband. But no, that really wasn't the deal. Now, like I said, she's not like beautiful. She's not ugly. She does have a pretty nice little body, but man, is she a freak in bed. And she was just crying. And so, I asked her, I said, hey, what's going on? What's wrong? And she just said it had been a long time since, she got to play around in that kind of fashion. And she said it really didn't have that much to do with the fact that you have a really, really small dick, as much as it is the erectile dysfunction thing that you got going on. And at first, I thought maybe it was the guilt that you had from stealing all this money from all these people, because, like I said, I hadn't even seen those ether scan reports yet. And so, at that point, I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe the guy's got a conscience if he can't get it up anymore. But no, she's telling me it's been for a long time. And I felt really, really bad. So I went over, held her hand, let her cry on my shoulder for a little bit. And she just ended up taking her clothes back off. We ended up having a little bit more fun for a couple more hours. And again, like I said, she is a freak. It's too bad that you don't get to enjoy that. But I did. Damn, son. You just don't know what you're missing. But at least you got the money that you stole, lying, thieving motherfucker. So I told her as she was getting dressed the second time why I was there. And I apologized to her because I felt bad for her. Because, well, really wasn't fair. I had set this trap for her, and it really wasn't fair. But when I told her about what you had done, she felt really, really, really bad. She took me to a little local t-shirt place there, and on the back, we had that put on the back, which I thought was pretty cool. She's actually got a really good sense of humor. And, like I said, a pretty nice little body, but she's got a really, really fun sense of humor. And so since we were already there at the t-shirt place, so we went ahead and had a new t-shirt made, which was a lot of fun walking around the city a little bit later that afternoon with. I thought that was really funny. But I thought it was really cool because the t-shirt place guy said, "You're from America, right?" And I said, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm from America, and, I just had sex with this guy's wife." And so on the back, he suggested putting this on the back. And I thought, man, that's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. And we'll be uploading that to, several different porn sites here in the near future. But I wanted you to know all this. Actually, I wanted you to see this after you got home, after you had kissed your wife from coming home from work, so that you would know that you would have to think about me every time that you kissed her goodnight, good morning, or whatever. However, I'm not leaving town yet, lying thieving motherfucker. Not leaving town yet. I came here on a mission. Came here for a purpose. And so this message right here is for you.
நீங்கள் ஒரு குறைந்த ஆயுள் தாய் பக்கின் சேவல் உறிஞ்சும் சிறிய டிக் அம்மா ஹாக்கர் அவருடைய மனைவி நான் ஹோட்டல் காரிடலில் 2 மணி நேரத்திற்கும் மேலாக வெளியேறினேன். உங்கள் தோள்பட்டை தாய் ஹாக்கர் மீது பாருங்கள். நீங்கள் எங்களில் சிலரை எல்லா நேரத்திலும் நீங்கள் காணலாம். நீங்கள் அனைவரையும் சில நேரம் நீங்கள் காணலாம். ஆனால் நீங்கள் அனைவரையும் நீங்கள் ஒருபோதும் பார்க்க மாட்டீர்கள்.
Motherfucking cocksucking small dick motherfucker whose wife I just fucked the shit out of in the Hotel Carlton for a little more than 4 hours. You better look over your shoulder, motherfucker. You might see some of us all the time. You might see all of us some of the time. But you will never see all of us all of the time. On the next episode, we're going to be doing an unboxing of a Ledger X that I just received right before I boarded the plane. It's right here in a nice little package. Well, we'll check and see how good that packaging was.